Well, hello, Friday afternoon, and I've got a live that I'm going to do for you on Fleur Pouring Resin. Still learning about it actually, and what possibly can go wrong. Anyway, what I'm going to do is show you about applying it to furniture. I have done this in the past. We've just fusion paint actually. I just did about, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. I just decided to randomly pour it. Hello, Sarah. Randomly pour it on the top of a piece of furniture and create a whole new worktop, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then Fusion have brought out their own pouring resin, and Fleur have one as well. Now, Fleur is quite different, their pouring resin. It is very, very fluid and it dries matte. So, hello, Roberta. So I'm going to actually do a piece of furniture like this. Let me show you. So I've got a Nathan unit. So I've got one like that. So that's it in Green Queen. No, the Green Queen. Really like that. Really, really like that. So what I'm going to try and attempt to do is I'm going to try and attempt to pour it on the top and in the panels. I must be mad. So I've got a piece here, another one. It's the same one. And I have painted it in, oh goodness, what colour it is. It's, oh for goodness sake, it's, hold on, it's here. My brain's gone dead. Istanbul Interior. And the reason why I'm painting it in Istanbul Interior is because it's now available in eggshell. And I kind of wanted to showcase it, as is the Green Queen is now available in eggshell. That's why that's got that lovely little sheen on it. So I have taken the doors off and I have already painted them. So I thought this would work quite well because it's like it's level. And then this is the top, and I've prepped it by making a lip. It already had a natural lip, but I've also put masking tape along the back here. And then this is a bit of fabric, bit of felt, stuck to the front with masking tape, because it's all going to pour down the front and make a load of mess, isn't it? And I thought I'd put a couple of coats of the paint in the eggshell on first, just to give it, you know, because if it doesn't cover completely, what's showing will match in, because I'm going to kind of attempt to go for this colour palette. Okay, that way it won't matter. And anyway, it's so thin, it's not like you get left with kind of a skin. I can't explain it. It really, really does soak in incredibly. This is a canvas, and I don't know if you can see, it's so thin that you can actually see the texture of the canvas through it. Yeah, so it's really, really thin, which is brilliant because it means you don't need to buy loads and loads and loads of product, and it goes a long way. Okay, right. Fleur have 3 base pouring mediums. They have a classic pouring medium. She says. Right, yeah. So it's just, they just call it medium for pouring. This is the medium where you don't get any separation. No, yeah. Ah, goodness, I'm like starting all over again. The classic pouring medium keeps the colours separate. There's no mixing of the two. So you get an effect. This is petronilla and black and copper. So the paint stays, the colours stay very separate from each other. Their second pouring medium, which is what we're going to use today, is a marble pouring medium, or marmor, I can't remember how they say it, marmoretta. And that gives you a little bit of a bleed from one colour into the other, which gives it more of a matte effect. Jack, I've got one of these languishing in the shed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought would be a good idea, to put it in the squares, because it's formed its own like little tray, hasn't it, each one of those squares. And that's what I've done here, except for you could put the masking tape on the edge here and have it completely like a tray, but I really fancied getting it to pour down the edge and make it look like real marble. Like I say, what can go wrong? The third pouring medium that they have is a speciality one that you use with their reactive coppers and rusts. So I have tried that as well. Let me show you. The only problem I did with this, I put it in front of the heater and it cracked. But that's it with the rust. Isn't that incredible? So that is real rust. Takes quite a long time to work and activate. At first you don't think it's worked, and then you come back the next day and that one's worked. So that's our 3 bases. So you mix all of them 1-to-1 with the paint. We are recommending the chalky, but apparently you can mix it with the eggshell. Now I haven't tried that, but what I like about the chalky is there's 80 colours, and you can buy really, really small jars. So as this is so liquid, and you know, if you want to use 3 or 4 different colours, it's not going to cost you a fortune to, you know, do a project with it, or just to test it out. I would recommend testing it out first. So you mix the pouring medium with your colours on a 50-50 ratio, so half and half. And I would suggest as well that when you are using it, before you mix them together, you really, really, really mix your paints well, especially if you're going to use a metallic, because I don't know if you've noticed when you bought a Fleur metallic, the separation is incredible. So all the pigments are at the bottom. So give it a good stir, and then get some kind of container, yeah, and mix it 50-50 with your pouring medium, yeah, and you will come up with a very, very liquid. It's like water, like a dye or something. It's not as thick as paint in any way, shape or form. It literally is water. Okay, so I don't know if you've done pours before, where you have different ways of putting them all together. So for the classic, if you want to keep the colours separate, you can keep them separate. You can put them all in one container and do a dirty pour. There's various different ways of doing it. They don't suggest with the marble putting them all in one container and doing a dirty pour, because with marble it does allow it to mix a little bit more. The classic keeps the colours separate. So that's just the difference between those two there. Oh, and of course they have their cell medium. So the cell medium isn't silicone, it's more, I don't know, it's more alcohol, like white spirit, or it's got that kind of smell and texture to it. So it's, you know, it's quite different. Again, very, very runny. You mix in 6 drops to every 130 ml of paint. There is a brochure that you can download from their website. I'll put a link in the comments. It's on my website. I've put it in the comments for all the products so that you can have a look, because it does give you some really, really good ideas, and it will, you know, remind you of the exact ratios and what not to do and what to do, rather than trying to remember exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Considering I can't remember it myself, it's pretty hard, isn't it? So one of the suggestions that they have is that you wet your surface to start with one of your colours, so that you've got nice slip coat. Hello Tina, got some few people watching. So I'm just going to do it using the base colour that I've got on my cabinets anyway. I'm not too worried about completely filling up. I'm thinking about just kind of having a bit of a zhuzh going. So one of the ways of doing it is just to pour it on and then use a glove and rub it around, or a paintbrush. So what I'll do, am I going to be able to move you back enough? Yeah, I'm going to move it back and tip you down, I think, she says. To do the, I thought I'd do the doors first. And if it all goes wrong, we won't be doing the top. So the colours I've picked here are the base colour, white, a little bit black, because the unit's got some black hairpins on, and I just fancied using the metallic. This is Cosmo Rose, yeah, Cosmo Rose Gold. I just thought it kind of was pretty to go with it. It's really good to use a metallic in with your colours, because it's a different weight, it will give you a different result. Okay, so I'm going to, should we just go for it and go for the back one first? Yeah, let's go for it. Right, okay, so this is my base. I'm going to pour some on, and I am going to just take a glove. I don't know if you can see me. Take a glove. Oh, it's got like a bit of the camera slipped, and I can see a little bit of the edge of the holder. Yeah. So I've just tipped some on, and I'm just going to rub it all over. further forward. You see it? Okay. So I'm just using my hand for speed and it's running down the edge. I've got way too much at one end, so I'm just going to try and pour some down that end. Right, okay. Okay. And I'm going to pour the colours separately. Like I said, you could put them all in a jug together, but that's more with the classic one, where the colours will stay separately. Stay separately, stay separate. So you can do all different types of patterns. There are people that, you know, start in the middle and go do circles. That's actually quite effective to do that. That's what I did on that one. And you can overlap your colours. You can, there's all sorts of ways of doing it. It really is one of those things that you just have to practice how to play about with. So I've got my white here, so I'm going to try white. What I quite fancied doing was sort of keeping the colours in a diagonal action to try and mimic real marble. So I'm going to do that. If you can see. Oh, God. I might have to take you off the stand so that you can see. I don't know what I did there. I kind of pressed the button and it clicked off. Okay, so you can already see. Can you? Oh, hang on. It doesn't like that. It said, rotate your phone. Can you see? Right, so I'm going to pour some of the other colours on. I'll turn the phone round. There you go. So you're already seeing. Can you see this kind of like feathering effect going on there? That is the marble effect. Now I did put some cell medium in only because I had some of these colours left over from before and there was some cell medium in there. I'm not actually sure you're meant to do it like that. So I'm now going to pour some black. I don't really want a lot of black. I just kind of want bits of black, was what I was thinking. And then I've got to tip this up in a minute, haven't I? This is going to be fun. Let's be brave and get some near the edge. Oh, I don't know about being brave. And then let's get some of the rose gold. And I quite like sort of tipping the colours on top of each other. Oh, look at that. What happened there? Literally dropped a bit. Quite a lot of shine going on. What's really interesting is you won't believe how... oh, look at this over here. You won't believe how matte this is going to dry. So extraordinary. A jug might be good. You might be able to get sort of more subtle pouring than me if you used a jug. So, okay. What do we think? Now I'm going to tip it. I don't know how I'm going to do that and show you what's happening at the same time. I should have had someone come and help me, shouldn't I? Right. Okay, so let's see that. Now I'm going to tip. Oh, this is so going to go wrong, isn't it? I'm going to tip this sideboard. It is on a stand. Right, hold on. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Can you see this? Okay. Now, I'm going to go round and tip it from the other side. But really what I want to do is I kind of want to tip it from the back. So I'm going to do that. Ooh. I'm tipping it forward. Can you see? Anything happening? Any mess happening? Yes. We're getting some drips around the front. Let's have a look. Yes. See, that's what I wanted. You have a lot of open time with this product, so don't be too panicky about how that works. Right, I'm going to tip it back because it looks a bit weird at the back, I'm thinking. And because the medium is so fine, even though I haven't covered all the area, it's okay. Let's pull this tippers back. Can you see it tipping? Can you see that running into each other? Oh, look at that. That's really nice. But I did really want a more diagonal. I'm going to put some more colour at the back. Sorry I haven't been responding to any of your comments. It's far too stressful doing this on my own and answering your questions. But I will come back and have a look later. So, let's do that. Okay. Let's stand back and have a look at it. Okay. Might be easier when I do the doors and you can have a little look at... I think we need more white. What do we think, people? Oh my goodness, look at this going on here. Let's tip it from this end. So I'm going to leave this for a little while. And in a minute, I'm going to get some of the cell medium. Look at this. And I'm going to spray it over the top to get a hammered effect. Ooh, this is coming out nice. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Right, but what I do want is I really do want more coming over the edge here. Because I want, like I say, I want it to look like marble. It's not enough. Right, I'm going to have to drop some bits on the edge here. I want tiny amounts. I don't really want a lot coming down the edge, do I? You know what? I didn't prep it, did I, on this edge? So it's not pouring down there. Right, I'm going to grab a brush. When I applied that colour as the base, I didn't make sure. I told you something would go wrong, didn't I? I didn't make sure. Can you see that? It's not up to the edge. It wasn't coming over the edge, the base coat. But don't worry, because this is what's good about this, is it stays open for so long and you don't get that kind of skin on it. Whereas if you don't have enough product normally with these things and you try and add in, you know, another section, you can see it because of skin forms. So, let's see. Let's get more along here. Right, what are we missing here? So we need, I think we need more black over here and then more white at the end. So let's come and get a bit of black in here. What I could do, oh, I haven't got one with me. I need a straw. A little straw would be good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right. And then, what other colour? Come on, we want more down the edge. No one's going to notice when they come in and see this mess in the morning, are they? Oh, look at that. Well, that's looking good. Are you enjoying watching me just make this mess? So, put another one of those. And another one up here, I think. I like these. This is because there is already a bit of cell medium in here. Can you see? What are we thinking? but I really want more on the edge. So we're getting a little bit on the edge, but not as much, and it's not quite as good as I thought it would be because I didn't put the base on it. My own damn fault. Right, I'm going to cheat and add a bit more here. Thank God I've got this cloth on the front. Okay, a bit of the white. Let's get a bit more copper on the edge. Ah, it's getting better now. Do you know I haven't got any on the floor yet? Isn't that incredible? What do we think? Yeah, I've definitely got to have more on this edge. Right, come on, a bit more here. So, there you go. Learn from my mistakes. Make sure. Oh, yeah, it's getting better on the edge. Cool. What are we thinking? Loving your giggles when it performs magic. Is it magic, Jack, or is it just a mess? Oh, God. Okay. So, if you want to... you can put the cell medium in a spray bottle, which is what I do. This actually is separating loads, so I'm a bit reluctant to put much on. But what I might do is these edges, where I'm having a bit of problem getting it to run down, I'm going to put a bit of the... Now this will make the make more separation, more cells going on. It almost ends up, when you use it with the marble, it gives almost a hammered effect. You see that? So anywhere that's a bit boring and not much has happened, I'm going to put a bit of a spray on and see what happens. Some really weird things going on here. I don't think I need to tip it up anymore, do I? What do we think? Do we think that's just crazy? Okay, so I'm going to put you back on the stand and I'm going to do the drawer fronts. Drawer fronts, cupboard fronts. Oh, and it might help if I turn you around as well. Have to try and Tony up. He's buggered off already. Okie doke. It's really lovely to have a live doing of this. Don't try doing this live yourself, I can assure you. But someone said the other day on Facebook that they liked me because I was a bit bonkers or something. But I thought that was great. But also, if you don't try, so I'm having to wipe my seat because this has dripped onto it. I'm going to leave that for a minute and we're going to come back and have a look at it again. So, let's do the cupboard fronts. Let's move all this out of the way. I'm going to have to bring it back a bit. You might better see it in a bit better detail on these cupboard fronts because I better lift it up and show you. So, although this has had the paint, coating of eggshell, and the reason I did that was in case I missed any bits doing this, I wouldn't have to go back in and patch it in. So I have mixed it up 1 to 1, and I'm going to pour a little bit in each of the 8 squares, and I'm going to spread it around and create a base. That's what I did on here, but I forgot to put it on the edge. Okay, right, so I'm just going to tip a bit into each square. What if I go back and pour a bit back on it now? They're not perfectly painted, these squares, because I didn't think you really needed to. And actually what I'm going to do for speed, I'm going to just get a brush and just literally, just very quickly and messily, I'm just going to, you just want to create a kind of a slip surface for the medium to work on. If anything, I've actually probably put too much on, but it doesn't really matter. It's such a thin product, this is what I can't get over. It's not plasticky in the slightest. Dries really matte, But what you can do afterwards is they have got some new clear coat resins. They're calling them 20 and 50 coat varnish. So if you wanted to get the clear, like a really nice clear shiny surface to it afterwards, you can. I'm just going back and putting a bit back here on the surface where I didn't get that edge, and see whether or not I can pour. You can see it from there, can't you? So I'll just do that. You have got a lot of open time with this, so don't worry about this too much. I kind of wanted to see more of this going on. What do you think? That's what I wanted. More drips. Oh, now that did just drip on the floor. Oh goodness, thank God it's Friday. Right, so I'm just going to go back and add a bit more here. I think eyedroppers, or what do you call it, like a straw, you know, hold the end of the straw, pick the paint up. I think that would be a good idea for getting more subtle finishes, just for when you want to add a small amount. I'm just tapping a bit out of the edge. Okay, right, leave that, stop playing with it, Kate. So I'm just going to go back over some of these because I can see that the medium has not got into all the corners. And then I'm just going to use the same colours because I'm trying obviously to make this look uniform. Right, so I'm going to try white, and I'm just literally going to pour it into each of the squares. So let me hold it up and show you. And I'm going to try and just do a diagonal stripe in each square, so that we have some kind of uniformity. And obviously I'm using the same colours that I used on the top, which is white, black and rose gold. Already you can see that separating. I'm going to slap some black on the top now. I think I've got some straws in the kitchen. I might go and get them in a sec. So I'm pouring the black directly over the white. Oh, nice. So this is the marbling one, if you weren't watching from the beginning. The marbling medium will allow the colours to bleed into each other to give a more marbled effect. Wow, look at that moving. Oh, this is nice. I'm going to give that one a shake because I'm trying to make them look the same. I hope the doors aren't going to look too different to the top. So we're going to give this a bit of a tip. I don't want that to happen. Okay, and then I'm going to add, this door has got less product on it than the other one. Right, hold on, I'm going to go back and add a bit more white in over here. Try and make this one look the same. Madness. Okay. And then I'm going to add my last bit of rose gold. I'm going to stir it again because those pigments definitely want to sit in the bottom. I'm going to pour it directly on top. I'm just doing from top left to bottom right on each one. I'm trying to make them somewhat uniform. Do you know what? They're not uniform. This door isn't moving as well as the other door. It's not separating as well. So they're looking quite different from each other. No! That's that door. Look at this door. This door's working really nicely. I should have just done it on a canvas or something. Why did I think I'd be so brave and do it on a piece of furniture? This one just isn't moving the same. Could be that this is nearer the heater. Who knows? You see? Right, what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to spray them with the cell medium that I've put in my little spray bottle. Ooh, you should see. Ooh, you should see this. I don't know if you can see. What I could do is tip the camera down a bit. There we go. Tip it around. I'll show you what's going on. I am intending on wiping off anything that comes out of these squares afterwards, because I want it to have that kind of definition. This one's going really lovely. What do we think so far? Right, I'm going to go and get a straw and I'm going to add little bits more colouring. Don't shout at me, these are plastic straws from a party from about 2 years ago. So what I'm thinking is, if you want to add small amounts, I'm thinking that if I put my straw in the medium, put my finger over the top, and then just drip it, I'm going to get some nice little, you can fill in some of those spots that, you know, haven't got enough of the colour. You know, it's meant to be random, isn't it? But of course we can't really live with random. We want a little bit more control than that. So I'm just going around, and I'm going to do it on this edge again because there's still not enough paint coming down the edge. That was the whole point of this. So I'm gonna, I feel that if I did it with small amounts, it will look a bit more genuine. What do we think? Okay, come on. Run. Run, you bugger, run. Right, where's my rose gold? Can't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is. Right, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get a straw. Oh, I've got anything left in here. No! Right, you're just going to have to be tipped. So this is going to have to be tipped. Because I feel like we need more. There we go. The other thing I could do, I could blow with the straw and get it to pour over the edge. Right, I'm going to do that. Hold on. Not this one, I've got paint on it. Right, take it off. Yeah, that's working. What I could do as well, I'm going to tip it from here. Oh, she says. I tested the other day to make sure that I could lift this. And I could, but actually it's not that easy. Oh, there's something in there and it's just fallen out. Do you hear that? Now, I can't see, can you? Is it all coming over the edge nicely? Please tell me it is. Let's have a look. Yeah! If I wheel this a bit nearer to you, you can see it's starting to come over the edge. Yeah? The only problem is I don't like what's happening at the back. So I'm going to do a little bit more spraying with my cell medium at the back. I just want a little bit more separation going on there. And there's not enough product down that end. I'm going to use my straw and just put some dots down this end. There's just not enough colour for my liking down here. I'm going to tip it so that we've got a bit more going on down that end. Ooh, starting to stop actually, not much movement going on. But I'm happier with that edge now than what I was. I'm going to give it one more tip towards you. Oh. Right, hold on. It's like it's on a dolly. I'm going to give it a tip towards you. This could go very wrong. I'm going to be quite brave, really let it go. I know someone in the flooring game, so if I've ruined his floor. Oh! That nearly went then. Oh my god. And I'm going to put a bit more spray up here. Okay. Ooh, weird, there's nothing in the middle there. Wow, that's different. Now the doors are looking very different to that. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and stand them up and get a kind of a more similar effect to that. Let's have a go. This one, right, that's the top of the door. I'm going to stand it up. Let's see what happens. Oh, I quite like that. I was going to make sure it didn't get on those edges. I'm going to clean them off, and then obviously I can paint again so that I got more definition. But I quite liked that. This one just doesn't want to play ball. Right, I'm going to put a little bit more paint on those ones. That door just looks different. It really does. How annoying. Spray a bit more cell medium on it, that might help, who knows. And I'm going to put a bit more, what have I got left? White. Oh yeah, that's the interesting thing as well. What you don't use, you can keep. You can actually keep it for a couple of weeks and reuse it, which I think is incredible. So what I'll have to do, I'll finish up here in a minute, and what I'll do is I will post some close-up pictures for you, and you can have a little look at that, and I will come back and you blow on, yeah. You blow and tip, that's what I was doing, yeah. I was blowing, oh, I can't do that at the same time, Jack. What am I, a contortionist or something? All right, I'll give it a go. Oh, mind you, I don't know if I want to tip this anymore. No, I don't think I can, no, I can't. Oh, I suppose I could. Hold on. Right. Oh my goodness. Things people ask me to do. I can't direct the straw. No, impossible. So, a word to the wise. When you try and do a live like this, make sure you've got someone to help you with it. I don't know why I tried doing this on my own. So, yeah, it's just really easy products to use. You mix them 1-to-1. There's 3 different bases. They do 3 sort of separate things. And I think you just have to have a play about with it and have some fun. What a spray. Yeah, the spray was the cell medium, and I've put it in a bottle. You can obviously mix it in with your paints, with your colours, and you can mix it with some of the colours and not others, and it gives it a sort of different look. But I would suggest that you practice with it all first. Anyway, I'll show you. I'll have to get the sideboard finished and up and take some really good photographs of it and let you know what it looks like. So if you just happen to see a completely blue piece next week, that's because I didn't like it and I painted over the whole thing. Anyway, it's Friday, I'm going home. You know what Friday is? It's wine time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And any questions, put them in the comments. I'll put some links in there for you. And, you know, have a go. Let me know what you think. See you later. Bye. I got 1 heart there. Bye.